Hello, everybody. It's Max again with Crypto Talk Now. So, another hot topic that's been coming up in the news consistently is UST. And basically, it's like this. When it comes to UST, there was quite a few large trades that likely broke UST's peg. And with that said, let's take a look into what exactly that is. This news comes from Forecast. This was actually just released not that long ago. It is today at 1:09 p.m. HKT time. So, for instance, take a look at this. So, for instance, they have the actual dates and the actual trades. So, it goes on to mention that 150 million of UST was removed from a three pool. Of course, has the days and so on. 85 million of UST bridge from a wormhole. Again, there's the times. 85 million UST to USDC on May 7th. A lot of this stuff happened on May 7th. 25 million, of course, UST to USDC. 25 million from UST to USDC again. But again, just slightly different times. Like this gap of the 25 million UST to USDC and this other one, same amounts, but two different trades is pretty significant. Again, here's a third one. You can see the timestamps just pretty much back to back to back. And then the last one, 100 million UST removed from the third pool, which was Saturday, May 7th, and there's the time for it. So, what does this all mean? So, for instance, it goes on to mention analysis by the blockchain data platform found the collapse of Terra USD, formerly known as UST, took place in three stages. Now, here's a few of these takeaways, and I think it's important that we take a close look at this. A few large trades broke UST's peg, triggering a sell-off. Like we know, there were attempts to restore the peg, but continued sell-off and finally drained all of the funds. So, for instance, here's some of the fast facts. On May 7th, Terraform Labs withdrew 150 million UST from decentralized stablecoin exchange 3 pool as part of a pre-planned public move to transfer the funds to another pool. Alright, so it was actually called an exchange 3 pool. My bad on that. I thought it was referring to the third pool. The chain analysis report said. Now, going on, it says Terraform's withdrawal reduced the liquidity in 3 pool and perhaps taking advantage of this vulnerability. And unidentified traders swapped 85 million UST for USDC in 13 minutes. After that, another unidentified trader swapped 25 million, like I point out in the chart, UST 4 times over the next hour, draining a total of 100 million UST. Man, this is something else. Terraform Labs also withdrew another 100 million UST to rebalance the ratio of UST to other stablecoins, but by then UST slipped off its peg. Panicked investors starting withdrawing funds locked in Anchor Protocol, the report says. It's like, what were they thinking? I mean, were they really thinking that they could just pull it out and nobody would notice? No, it's going to create a panic. Alright, so going on, between May 7th and the 9th, 3 unidentified traders swapped a total of US 480 million worth of USDT for UST to try and restore the peg, which triggered brief signs of a recovery. But the panic was already there, as we know. Beginning on May 8th, the Luna Foundation Guard, LFG, the nonprofit behind the Terra ecosystem, began converting its billions of dollars worth of reserves to UST to help pump its price further to meet the peg. But what do we know from that? The reserves were instead drained by May 10th, and the peg was lost, as we know, in a final plunge. I will go on to read these next two because I think it's important. I do try not to read everything verbatim, but I'm gonna on this one. At the same time, 3 pools liquidity was drying up, and so investors started burning UST to mint Luna, which increased Luna's supply to trillions and reduced its price to fractions as a dollar, which we currently know. The sell-off continued until UST collapsed altogether. While the collapse of Terra shook the faith of investors in the short term and is accelerating stablecoin regulation in the long term, quote, is unlikely to stop the growth of responsible innovation in the industry, according to the report. So, what is your guys' takeaway from this? Do you feel as though that they have enough evidence now to kind of go after these guys, because I mean there's ongoing investigations as we speak. Bottom line is this: you now start to see all these allegations, all this. I mean, I get it; it's circumstantial and so on, but I mean, you literally have these claims of this wallet address, and these guys from Terraform Labs did this at this time, and so on and so forth. Yeah, there's not solid proof yet, but I just feel as though, in my humble opinion, it's just a matter of time before they, figure out who specifically did it. And of course, that'll be the next latest breaking news in regards to this. UST is a hot topic of the day. Today is what, Thursday morning, 5:08 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So we've seen a lot of Terra Luna in the news, Luna Classic and so on. UST is big time in the news. So we'll keep our eye on this in that regard. And with that said, everybody, thanks for watching today's video on UST and what happened with the whole depegging and these transactions and so on. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so. And again, check out our live daily show, the Max and Larry Show, a Crypto Talk Now. This is Maximus on behalf of Crypto Talk Now. May y'all have a blessed day, and we'll see you on the next one.